What is up, guys? It is Bob Blah Blah, and I am bad at Fortnite. Like, really bad. I'm not good at aiming, I'm not good at looting, and I'm not good at building. So why am I making a video on how to win at Fortnite? Well, because that's the one thing I'm pretty decent at. I win quite often, especially for someone who's been playing like a week, and I had no Battle Royale game experience before this. So this video is how to win at Fortnite if you're not a great player. So this is for all you guys who don't have a ton of time to play, or you're just not that good at it, but you still want to experience the joy of winning at this game. That's what this video is about. If you are an A+ player, you're probably not going to learn anything. So the first tip I can give you: land far away from people, and here is the best place in the game for a noob to land. This is the Moisty Mire. It is far away from everyone else usually, though in this case someone else did drop near me. I rarely see more than one person drop around here, which is great. There are usually anywhere from 1 to 4 chests in the Moisty Mire, probably another 3 to 4 guns, and 2 to 3 items. It is just a ton of stuff, and for whatever reason, people don't like to come here. It might be because of all this crappy swamp you have to walk through. It's really annoying. There's also a bunch of giant trees, so you can usually leave here with 300 or 400 wood without spending a lot of time doing it. By the way, this tree right here is one of the places you want to land. There's usually 1 to 3 chests around it, and then you'll see the building I go to in a little bit. There's oftentimes a chest, and then there's at least one more place that has a random chest sometimes just sitting out in the open. So like I said, 1 to 4 chests almost every time, on top of a bunch of guns. Most of my wins have come from landing here. The downside is every once in a while you are way far away from where the storm circle is going to be. That can be a bad part. It is kind of in an odd corner of the map, but this is the place to start. If you don't want to start here, that's fine, but the tip stays the same. Start away from people when you're new to the game. If you go to a city, you're going to get killed. City is great for practice, so if you're not looking to win and you just want to jump into the city and play, do it by all means, because you're going to get a lot more gunfights, and that's going to get you better, but it's not going to help you win today, and that's what this video is about. So I always build up wood. I know there's someone else in the Moisty Mire somewhere because I saw them land, but I'm not sure where they are, so I'm going to get my wood. So one, I can cross the swamp easier and faster by putting it down, and then also if I need to, I can build around me. Now once again, you'll see it, and throughout this gameplay, I'm really bad at building, so yeah, it doesn't help me that often. I just throw up walls and pray. That's basically how I build. Now luckily, a lot of the players in this game aren't good as well, and when you go to these outlying areas, you tend to find more bad players, because remember, good players want action. Good players want to have a really good start to the game. They want to get a lot of loot, so they're going to be in the cities and the more populated areas, the houses that have multiple houses around. For some reason, good players stay away from the Moisty Mire. So once again, my first tip: land somewhere not populated, preferably someplace that still has good loot, and that means going to the outskirts of the map, far away from everything else. Okay. My next tip is stay around the edges of the storm. Now in this case I'm a little bit in, but the reason is you don't want to, by staying near the edge, you just have one side you don't have to watch as much, because people generally are running away from the storm edge. By staying near the edge, that kind of acts as a wall where you don't have to watch your back quite as much. You still have to be careful because there's people who are lagging behind and have to come through the storm. But by staying near the edge, you're kind of covered. Now you see what I'm doing here. I'm coming to a busy area, which sounds like, hey, if you're not good at shooting, you're not good at gunfights, why would you come to this, more populated area? Well, it's a little earlier, a little later in the game, I'm sorry, and so you usually expect it not to be populated this time. Like, you expect people to have already cleaned it out. Though in this case, I heard that person and I was able to get the kill, and they never even knew it was coming. One tip, guys, if you don't have a headset, get one. It's just like any shooter game. You have to have a headset, man. You can hear people like crazy in this game. Now, if you're building, if you're shooting, if you're walking, you can't hear people. But if you're standing still for even a second or moving slowly, you can hear everyone else. Like clear as day. So and that's how I get these 2 kills. Both of these people I hear, and you can tell they didn't hear me, so boom, they're dead. I don't even have, like, they might be way better me at a gunfight, but if I can get first shots on and actually hit, which I don't always hit, then I can get the victory. Also, traps, they never have done anything for me. I think I just put them in the wrong place because I'm so eager to get them out there. I'm yet to get a trap kill. Maybe I got one, I can't remember now, but that's it. So the next thing I want to say, so always make sure, wear your headset. If you don't have one, get one. Ask for one for your next birthday, or go out and spend the money. Trust me, it's worth it. Let's talk about the loot to keep. So when you're new to the game, you want the easiest things to kill with, okay? That means the Scar is number one. The Scar is, I think, the best all-around gun in the game. It's not too bad short. It's very accurate. Like, things like the Sniper are really showy, but they're hard to use. So unless you're really good, by the way, you see this here? I hear this guy in here. He happens to be knocking down a wall, and because of that, he can't hear me at all. So I get to jump on him, and then I can kill him. The Scar is by far the number one choice. Next is the assault rifle, and after that you probably want the tactical shotgun and the silenced pistol. But by far the Scar and the assault rifle are the best, and obviously you want to have the best colors you can find. That's pretty obvious. You want the legendaries, you want the rares. You don't want to start with the crappy ones. When it comes to looting also, I don't deal with grenade launchers much. I don't deal with the rocket launchers. They're just harder to use. If you have the space, sure, take one. But the guns are usually more important for us noobs, just because the other stuff takes a little more work. Especially the grenade launcher. That actually takes a surprising amount of skill to shoot. And the grenade and the rocket launcher is good late game, but early game it's not that good. Now, one of the things you've noticed, these people I'm killing aren't that good. I haven't killed anyone yet that seems like they really know what they're doing. That's part of this philosophy. By starting far away and working your way in, you're avoiding a lot of good players. 5 or 6 good players will, for instance, they'll jump into Pleasant Park and battle it out, and one will survive. So they've gotten rid of each other, and that's what you want, because you don't want to be dealing with them. If you have to play good players, then you're probably screwed. So here I am. We're down to 4 people, so 3 other people. That's it. And you're going to see some of the worst play you'll ever see. My building is awful. My strategy is awful. But I managed to pull out the win. One of the myths in this game is that when you get to the end game, your opponents are always going to be really good. Usually what I find is one really good player, or at least good player, and then a bunch of noobs. Because you have to remember, the really good players usually kill each other because they go to the busier areas. So a lot of times you get left with 2 or 3 bad players and like 1 good player. And if you can just catch that good player in a gunfight or after he's been wounded, oftentimes you can steal the victory that way. And I'm not going to outplay a really good player head-to-head. It's just not going to happen. So you have to catch them in another gunfight. Now, I get a lot of my wins that way, like coming up, finding, let's say there's 3 people left total. If you can get the other 2 to start a gunfight first, then you can come in, they're both wounded, and you can finish them both off. That's an easy way. Now, in this gameplay, this is one of my earlier games. I don't know what I'm doing. I know there's me and 2 other people. I don't know where they are. Now, when you watch this video, you're going to see the other people, but that doesn't mean that I saw them when I was playing, because once again, I really didn't know what I was doing. Look at the way I'm building. I don't even know what I'm doing. I built a tower, and then I built that platform. Why? I can't even tell you. I have no idea what good I thought that would do, but I did it. So I have no idea what I'm doing. And if you don't know, big falls give you damage or even kill you, so being here was stupid. Now, I got really lucky here. That person got in a gunfight, didn't know I was here, or just didn't care because she wasn't being attacked from the other side. So she built a wall that way and didn't guard this way. So that was a really bad player. I guess that player is not super experienced. But once again, she was in a gunfight with the other person, so I was able to go and finish him. So now I know the other person's out there somewhere, probably on the other side of that wall, and yet I'm still doing this. Like, why am I doing this? I wish I knew. I wish I could go back in time, go into my head, and try to figure out why I was making this thing and what I thought was going to happen, because you'll see what happened. The guy I'm playing is smart and decides, oh, he's going to build a giant platform over nothing. Yeah, he's going to shoot me down, and I'm going to fall and die. Luckily, I hear it, and I run away, because I realize that, you know, right as he shoots his rocket launcher, I'm like, wait a second. I'm going to die if I stay here. This is really stupid. So I go in, I start attacking, and this is where I kind of make my chance. I realize that he thinks I'm still behind the wood over there, and I'm thinking, you know, we're in the brick, so I have a chance to heal up right here. I was only down to 18, because if you don't know, when you're in the storm, your shield doesn't work. It's only taking your health, so even though I had full shield, it didn't help me at all. So I know that someone's out there. I know he's got a rocket launcher, and I kind of have a general idea. But when you're healing up, you don't know where he's going. So right now, if you'll see this, right after I heal up, I start looking around. My guess is he's going to flank around the left side, and you'll see by the way I look. Once I figure out how to actually put a gun in my hand, which I still sometimes do, I start looking around because I think he's going to take a long route. That's usually what people do. Good players will usually either come super aggressive or they'll take a long route. They usually won't wait. And so I'm just kind of looking around, and I'm thinking, man, maybe this guy's going to come to the left here. Maybe he already has. And Oh, by the way, I have bushes on the brain. I see those bushes, and I'm so scared of getting killed by a guy in a bush because I think that's embarrassing. At this point, I'm like, maybe he became a bush. Now, that was kind of stupid in hindsight. I don't know why he would do that, but that's kind of what I was thinking here. That was my mindset. So when you get down to 1v1 and you're not good, you can't be aggressive. You just have to be patient, hope you have lots of shield and health, and then make your move. So what ends up happening here is he starts shooting his rocket launcher at me. Because luckily the shield is coming in on his side. So you'll see me panic here and just start throwing up walls. This actually is really bad, but it ends up kind of good because once I throw up all these walls, he thinks I'm going to the left because that's the direction of the walls I put in. So he can't see me once I get behind these walls again, and so then I can just cut back over to the right. So right now he's reloading his gun or he's looking around. He thinks I'm to the left because that's the direction I was building these things. So he's still shooting his rocket launcher. So I just rush over this hill, and I hope he still thinks I'm over there. I think he does. He's still looking in that direction, and I'm able to finally get that win, or get one of my wins. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope these tips help you. Once again, fly to the outskirts. Don't be super aggressive. And make sure you have a headset. Then just survive and be patient and get those people when they're wounded. Now, you're probably going to have to win like one gunfight like I did, but that's it, guys. If you can just win one or two, intense gunfights, the other ones I just shot people in the back. That's easy. You have a good chance of victory. So let me know in the comments how many wins you have, and if you haven't had a win, let me know how many games you've played. So I just want to get an idea of you guys and your Fortnite experience. So that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, and I'll talk to you later. Take it easy.